Okay, wait. You have to sit down. You have to sit down because I want to tell you the good news is it is not my birthday. I've decided to treat this year as a clear signal that I am no longer 80, right? Why not? Okay. And also because the last birthday was such a big one, we had a big birthday show put together by the great Kathy Najimy, who's here tonight, with all kinds of celebrities put together with love. But also because I was the audience last year, I didn't do my initial riff, which is a sampling of people in the room, people you won't meet as part of the program, to encourage you to table hop and organize during dinner. Some of you here are very familiar with this fetish of mine, right? So for first-timers, I should say that this is something I've been doing for years and years and years, because the dinner lull before the program at OPB, that is Other People's Benefits, always drives me right up the wall. And however, up to now, I've always feared that I was forcing you to do this. And actually, you told me that last year you missed it. This was such a big gift to me. You have no idea. So I've been given 4 minutes to race through a very small sampling of the great people in this room, people not in the program, just to encourage you to table hop and organize. It's going to be difficult, actually. The waiters are going to hate you. But do it anyway. Also, at each table, there is an alphabetical list of people, everybody, so you can find the names of people you're looking for, of all the people I don't have time to talk about. In this, actually, I think in this presidential year, which I've come to think of as Snow White and the 20 Dwarfs, I'm allowed one non-501c3 comment every year. We're going to need to know each other and to organize. So I want to tell you first that the great Phil Donahue is here. And so you could ask Phil to come back to television and interview the candidates. I think that would help, don't you? I mean, it would be great clarifying. And we could get Mike Huckabee to explain what it means when he says that terrible rapes have created great people. You can't make this stuff up, right? In addition to Phil, there are such great men as Mike Campbell, not only a board member, but a friend whose twins we have seen grow up along with the Ms. Foundation, and Bert Pogrebin, who helped Ms. Magazine even before there was a foundation, and Tony Salvatori, who's part of the great band Betty, that's now organizing around, using music to organize around the world, okay? Ask Amy, Elizabeth, and Allison about it. It's really extremely exciting. And Jason Franklin, who heads the Boulder Giving Foundation, Boulder Giving, and Ronald Preston, partner of our new president, Teresa Younger, who I want you to know, he moved in order to be closer to this job so she could take it. So is that a great guy or what? But actually, every man who is in this room is a hero. For words about the future, talk to Dawn Coleman, a 12th grader from the Bronx, who is a girls' rights activist extraordinaire and an intern at the Novo Foundation, and I understand she just got into Smith College, my college. And she's there thanks to Pamela Schiffman. You can say thank you to her, who helps make Novo the single biggest funder of girls' empowerment in the nation. Also meet Ruby Salvatori. Where's Ruby? Is here someplace. Our youngest at 11. Ruby Lou, where are you? Somewhere, okay. And she embodies hope and surprises. Leading us into the future are Caroline Calandro and Steph Sponzo, who are leading campus activism in Connecticut, and Rai Young of the Third Wave Fund, Also, Marianne Wassel, who uses her experience as a cancer survivor to create Know Your Body programs for middle school students. Aisha Moody Mills, brand new president of the Victory Fund, is a leading LGBT political organizer. And for more of these new possibilities, talk to Lovey Ajayi, who combines comedy, technology, and activism. Who knew? And is hosting our after party. And I understand that Michelle Obama reads her blog. Okay. For comedy, also see Agunda Okayo, who's now producing Africa Underground Sisters of Comedy. For the philosophy of humor and feminist theory, see Gina Barrecchia, wait a minute, wait for it, okay, author of How I Learned to Stop Worrying About Visible Panty Lines and Conquer the World. For more of the unexpected, see Elizabeth Sackler, first woman board chair of the Brooklyn Museum in 100 years, who has invited that pioneer feminist, Miss Piggy, into the museum. You can ask her to explain. Please persuade Lauren Embry, who is here this evening, our illustrious board member, that, you know, she absolutely, well, first of all, she redeems the entire state of Texas, which is not easy. And secondly, she has to tap dance with me next year. We've been threatening to do this for years. This room is absolutely full of double threats of people who do everything. Anne Delaney is not only an activist and a donor, but a great contemporary artist, as is Barbara Nessum, my old roommate here. Donna Deach is not only an activist, but a creative director and filmmaker. Sarah Gould is not only past president of the Ms. Foundation, a past president, but is now creating a center for organizers that was the dream of me and Wilma Mankiller before her death. Margaret Hempel, who was at the Ms. Foundation, is now helping the Ford Foundation advance its record as the very best big foundation for women. Abby Disney is not only a creative donor and a world-changing documentarian, but she has just become a director for the first time, directing a wonderful documentary called Armor of Light, which could change the dialogue about gun control. The prize for coming the furthest goes to the great Wendy Applebaum of South Africa, known there for making wine and making trouble. For more global activism, see Hamutai Guri, Executive Director of Israel's only women's foundation, and Yasmin Hassan, President of the Super Strategic Equality Now. For two women who have created a perfect world at their resort, Westglow, and a better world through all of their activism, Bonnie and Jamie Schaffer. Also, Jane Kramer. Where, Jane? I hope you made it here. The great New Yorker writer who knows everything you always wanted to know about politics in Italy but were afraid to ask. See Letty Pogrebin about her new novel, Single Jewish Male Seeking Soulmate. And also see our co-founder, Patricia Carbine, for all of our past secrets, which she's only too willing to tell you. Somehow, we've lured Sally Bingham here, I understand. I haven't seen her all the way from Santa Fe. Ask her how to shake up the patriarchal inheritance system, which some of you may remember she did with great courage. And also, I would like to ask her to do a rerun of her play about Madame Blavatsky. I was raised as a theosophist, what can I tell you? Okay. We have much of the U.S. women's movement in this room, from Stephanie Shriak, the president of Emily's List, to Donna Hall and many others representing the Women's Donor Network, from Courtney Harvey of Women Moving Millions to Anya Duggan, who is the president of Regender. We also proved tonight that great hearts are hereditary, because we have our own beloved Barbara Dobkin and her daughter Rachel, plus a mother and son pairing of board chair Kathy Raphael and her son Alexander. And I know there are lots of other intergenerational folks here. So this is just a sample. I mean, really, you know, I've probably already gone over my time, but that's just a sample. So you look at the list on your table and see who it is you've always wanted to meet and make trouble, and, you know, even if you have to hang from the chandeliers, you know, to do it. But I understand that Christine Janke is also here, and she is the speech coach not only for the Women's Media Center, but also for Michelle Obama. Now, me personally tonight, I'm planning to get in touch with her, and I will be much better next year. You know, it is such a great feat when an organization goes through all the changes of reality and humanity and politics and funding and struggling, and yet keeps its heart. And the great thing about the Ms. Foundation is that it has done exactly that. We have, as you'll meet, past presidents Marie Wilson and Sarah Gould, as I said, and Anika Rahman, 3 past presidents in this room, who have proved that it is possible. Now, 1 year ago, Teresa Younger, somebody I have been envying in Connecticut for I don't know how long, right, decided to come with us. And I can't begin to tell you the difference that that has made. And I knew that she would keep the heart beating, because the very first thing she did was to tour this country and see and talk to and listen to all the grantees. She knows that everything, all change, comes from the bottom up. So I want to introduce you to this brave woman who has been here only 1 year, right? And who is already our great and historic leader into the future, Teresa Younger.